Blue text is like ice, and then green text is like an EV. You know,
Unfortunately, it's the other way though.
is it?
Yeah, green text would be ice for sure.
Because what, more old school?
Well, if you think about it, it's like, actually, this is fantastic podcast content. So the green text is like an ICE engine because like Androids, they're modifiable. You can do whatever you want with them. Everybody's is their own because they can customize the look and do their whole thing with
Break
Android.
down more.
Exactly.
They take terrible photos.
Yep.
Oh, we're not talking about cars anymore.
But then with an iPhone,
Yeah.
they're all the same. They're kind of the way that they are. You can't do much with them, but they're just like, they're
They
tech
just work.
and they work.
And
That's a
everybody complains
great-
about the battery life. That's a
No,
that's a
do I
similar.
like Android now?
That's a similar parallel.
Oh my god.
Such a random analogy.
Welcome to Third Pedal Podcast, everybody.
I'm Zach.
I'm Tyler.
I'm Jacob. Welcome to the show.
Welcome back.
We were just going off on a little rant there about how
We just went on
That's
like
like the
6
best-
tangents.
that'd be like a good YouTube title. Like, here's 3 reasons why green text is an ICE engine or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Be some.
We should probably clarify. Internal combustion engine is what we're talking about.
I was
Yeah.
going to say it, but I got too embarrassed. You kept saying ice engine. In my mind, I'm like, is this like a new type of engine? I couldn't figure out what you were saying.
That's not
And it was only until like after I was like, internal combustion engine. And
I
it like
think-
finally clicked. I was like, oh.
Did everybody else learn it that way though? I think that's how everybody learned.
What,
was
ICE
like,
engine?
Like you just saw ice, and then you're like, what could I?
Oh yeah. I'm like, what is
Oh.
that? Yeah. And then
and then after the fact, because like you hear it
Oh,
in
yeah.
conversation, like
His moment was
exactly
2
what you just
seconds
did. Of
ago.
like, what was the? Oh, it's I
Like
got
logicking,
it. Yeah.
logical. It's thinking through
Yep.
what you're trying to say. No.
Thinking through what you're trying to say, not what he just did. All right, to start off this week's
Yeah. Let's
episode,
get into it.
we've got some Miyobi clips, or make it or break it for you noobs out there. Make it or break it. We watch fail videos or win videos, mostly fail videos.
They're
where
more fun that
we
way.
watch people do stuff with cars, and then we either guess the outcome or just witness the outcome. Kind of goes either way. We're pretty loose with the rules on this one. So without further
It's a
ado,
real loose segment, and it's an excuse for us to just watch TikToks together
amen
and
to
put
that.
it out back on
And
the internet.
that's a great note because a couple of these that we're going to watch this week, people sent in. So if you guys find like funny
Mhm.
videos or watch anything like you're about to see, please send it in. We'd
Send
love to
it.
show it. I've got one of them that a person submitted who's actually a rally driver,
No
and
kidding.
they sent to make it or break it of their own rally stage
All
as they're
right.
driving.
All right.
So-
oh boy.
It's an exciting one. Okay, so started off. We talk about maintenance a lot here. We're car enthusiasts. So there's a lot of maintenance to do with your car. So this is a cool tip, a really really cool engine tip that I found on TikTok. So let me make sure
I
the
have a feeling
volume's
this is
Shut
not
up.
going to be what you're saying it's going to be.
Yeah, you're like, well, you don't set up anything else. So,
Yeah, right.
All right, here we go.
I'm going to teach you how to do a compression test when you don't have a compression tester.
Okay.
That one has no compression.
I mean, he's not wrong.
He's not wrong. All right, so then we got this guy. I'm not going to pause this one. This is just a lot to witness.
You and your
I
friends
can't imagine doing any of the things this guy's doing in a car. Ready?
What? Dude. Yeah.
Of course it's in
Yeah,
Russian.
of course. That last, I was like, yeah.
Dude, like
Okay.
that one was this one.
That one.
I had the
made-
same reaction. Like
Squish. And then the one where he jumps through the tube.
this one could have gone so poorly.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It just, I think he probably gets
Oh, his
fairly
legs hit?
injured.
Did he
Oh,
smoke
yeah.
his-
He hit something. Yeah, because look, yeah, he clipped his shins on the seat probably.
He's missing his shoe.
That's like the guy who
It's a
tries to do
shoe.
the jump over the car and then gets clipped by it and his shoes go flying. That's what just happened there.
So yeah, we'll watch
This
it.
one's very impressive.
Watch it. Yeah, he lands. That one too. That one too. When he goes through the middle of it.
I don't.
That one.
Do they just? Is that just a crash? They just jump up like
It
he's just
must-
in one of the cars, right?
Oh
wait.
Oh,
What happens?
that looks like it hurts.
No, because he's
Like that.
behind the car, right? Like, does he? Oh, does he jump off of something as they're?
No.
No, he's just chilling. But watch the dude's head in the white car.
Oh, there's people driving those.
Ow.
What is the? Are they jousting? What is happening? Oh, they were jousting. They're car jousting,
Are they
right?
now?
They purposely
They
hit on
must
the
be.
opposite side so they wouldn't hit drivers.
Yeah, that makes it better. Wow. Also the back foot
It's a
one.
Mark II.
The back foot one, he definitely hurt himself.
This one he totally lands
Look at
on
that.
his head.
yeah.
His
I
trajectory.
just cut it off.
And then this one too, dude. Talk about losing limbs.
Yeah.
Just zing. No arms.
He, that one he just
I think
gets
he
hit,
just
right?
does get hit.
Yeah.
He
He
just
just
gets.
That one was
I
supposed
love
to
that
look
one
like
just-
the Matrix, that last one, and
Yeah.
it was way too far away for it to be cool.
Like way too far away, way too close.
yeah. It's hard to get those measurements just right when you're just in a field with some plywood.
When you're like,
There's not a lot of
"Listen off,
science.
listen off."
There's a big difference between Gymkhana and this. You know, it's a little less.
What would be the
calculated.
Russian name for Gymkhana?
I don't know. Vladkana or something.
Okay, so here's one. Here's one somebody said. Then anyway, yeah, those are just
Oh,
those are
man.
nuts. Some guy sent this in.
All right. Customer states
I love that. The
car
beginning of
clunks
this is great.
under acceleration.
Okay. Oh.
Oh,
Well, that'll do it. Wow. You have two vehicles at that point.
oh my god.
You have a motorcycle,
That's
a
like
horizontal motorcycle, and then a car on top of it.
yeah. What's it? Is that in Herbie Fully Loaded where they detach the front and
Yes,
back of the car?
yes.
Yeah, that's kind of what that
And it
looks like.
drives it back. Yeah.
For those listening, the whole front frame of the car was separate from the back frame of the car. I bet the strut mounts were the only thing.
Yeah.
That was like pivoting.
Yeah.
Like the upper point.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
man.
pretty strong strut mounts.
Honestly, props to that car's strut mount.
Yeah. Good job, Ford.
Um,
Rarely say that.
That's rarely say. Wow, I never thought I'd say it, but today's the day. All right, and then I got one more, the rally car one, the one we've probably been waiting for. I don't remember which one it is. Oh, here it is. Sweet, awesome. I bet I recorded this in portrait, so I'm gonna have to zoom in. Here we go.
Sounds nice.
Wait, what do you guys think happens?
Oh, this is an actual make it or break
This
it.
is an actual make it or break it.
Uh,
Straight up original
tree.
content. Tree?
I'm gonna say tree.
Which side of the road?
Right side of the
That makes
road.
me think tree is correct. You just ask for more.
Hey, shut up and guess. Okay.
Left side.
Left. Okay.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
And he recovers. What did he say? He said something right after. I don't know, something. Well, that
Wow.
went wrong. He recovers. But
Wow. He needs
dude, yeah, listener of the podcast,
get some third pedal
Doing
podcast new
some-
undies.
some American. The underwear is not lifetime
we should
guaranteed.
make some waterproof. Like, these are my sketchy driving undies. It's like the
We should
Tiny
make
Whities
it
too.
could be. It could
It's
be
your badge of honor
It could
as
be.
well.
It could be glove. We could call them like glove box undies.
Yes, that's a great idea.
For those moments that are too close to call in more ways than one.
There it is.
Wait, that's awesome.
Heard it here first.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Glove box undies. So anyway, one more time from the top. So sketchy, dude. Good job recovering though.
Your backup briefs.
The backup briefs. Oh, and then that. Dude,
That must have felt so violent. Because this is this a helmet cam?
I think so. Yeah.
Because it stayed pretty level.
Yeah.
And it's probably a GoPro that has the self-leveling.
Yeah.
So it
Yeah.
made it look super smooth.
Yeah.
I
But
feel
you
like-
know that was rocky.
I had to hurt.
In that clip, the thing playing in my mind is the one from I think last episode. I almost died. I almost died.
Yeah, he's probably feeling that same thing. Yeah. Wow. That
Anyway.
adrenaline rush has got to be crazy.
Dude,
Oh my gosh.
So there we go. So yeah, like we said in the beginning, if you guys have clips, whether they're like close calls like that make it, or wonderful fail videos, please send them in thirdpedalpodcast@gmail.com or tag us on any social site. If you tag us in it, we'll do our best to keep track of it and download it, but best would be to like inbox it to us. Instagram seems to be where most people send stuff like this. So yeah, send it to us on Instagram and we'll show it on a future episode. But
Yeah, and if you
That's
can't
what I
find
got.
anything that's worth sending or like, I don't know, whatever, maybe we're the ones who are bringing these to you, which
Yeah.
totally fine.
Right.
Love that.
Yeah.
Like,
it's an honor.
We love showing this stuff. But please please comment, please subscribe. I feel like sellout kind of saying that stuff, but it is big. It helps us find more of this stuff. It helps find more people like you.
Yeah.
It helps, the algorithms do their
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Like
Mhm.
they
Or,
want to
like-
see people actually like seeing this stuff.
Yeah.
Which
But like
we
if
hope
you
they do
see
too.
it too, like just tag your friends in it. Like if you're watching a short or whatever on, like we post a lot of these on TikTok, a lot of the Make It or Break It. You can actually, if you go to TikTok on the top, there's a playlist in there for all of the Make It or Break It's we've done. So if you need to watch some fail videos right now, go there.
Actually, we've got here just a sidebar
go
on
for
that
it.
real quick, which sidebar is like our whole theme here.
Our whole
We've
podcast
got
is like-
playlists. We've got playlists for Make It or Break It. We've got playlists for quizzes
Oh yeah.
on TikTok as well.
Oh yeah, the exhaust quiz from the last week.
playlists for
Yeah.
cool, weird engines. So if you like one of the most popular shorts we've done and clips we've done is that 25,000 RPM engine. If you don't know what we're talking about, hit our page, watch it. We have a full breakdown on YouTube too. Really, really cool stuff.
Yep.
But we have a whole playlist for that stuff too. And then Instagram as well. We have a whole, it's called a guide on Instagram because they want to be different and cool.
Interesting.
Fine. And all the quizzes on there too. So people loved those quizzes.
Yep.
Guessing apparently you guys all guess way better than we do.
Yeah, we
about
suck.
engine
Yeah.
sounds. You're like, we don't know how to say the car's names. We don't know what anything sounds like.
We're like-
One's like, obviously it was this. I knew it before I watched it.
little-
I could feel
A
it.
little bit of Monday morning quarterbacking going on. I
I think there was a little bit of
that.
I think we call it backseat driver. A little bit of backseat driver going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Why did I say Monday morning quarterback?
It's fine. We don't do sports.
Weird.
It's fine.
No,
But
this isn't a sports cast.
so anyways.
yeah, and that on the exhaust quiz, check that out. We did a 12-part exhaust quiz. You listen to the exhaust sound, have to pick a car out. That was a couple episodes ago. Check it out and let us know what you scored because we didn't do great. So we need some emotional support here. It's bad. But
And if you guess 100%, you're lying.
yeah.
So I have another video. It's not really make it
Sweet.
or break it, but I want to toss it in here.
Okay.
Should I send it to you on there real quick?
Nah, just screen record on your thing. That's
That
fine.
works. This is a video going around right now. Well, I won't preface it. Let's just watch.
Okay. So we're in a police car.
Yeah.
Oh,
And it's a bad idea.
bye.
Don't endorse this.
Oh,
And it's gone.
oh, he,
You see it
went
flashing?
dark.
It's flashing people to move.
dude.
It's just hitting the
Oh,
brights.
he's so far up there.
He's gone. He's gone. Forever gone.
Super legal.
Just, yeah. Don't do that.
Don't do that.
So,
But the timing of that guy going from where the streetlights are to cutting it as soon as the streetlights stopped
he disappeared.
was just straight Batman.
Yeah. Yes, it was. It was totally
Yeah.
straight out of Batman. So I saw this video initially and I was like, well, like you let the cop get so close. Like he had like 15 seconds to get your license plate down
Yeah.
and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And then I saw that it's a fake plate. So this guy
Oh.
has a whole like company selling these plates. And they're Quiet and Will Run are the two plates that they sell. And they do drops every once in a while where like they only sell a few of them.
Yeah.
And the whole disclaimer on it's kind of funny to read. It's kind of like on when you buy like performance parts, they're like, these are only for track use. It's like,
Oh
that's
my
what it says. And it's like,
gosh.
this is a vanity plate. It's only for car shows. It's
Yeah.
only for looks. Like you cannot use this on the road, blah, blah, blah.
Oh my gosh.
And then there's videos online too of like these whole crews going with like, they all just say Quiet. There's like 10 cars that all just say
my
Quiet.
gosh.
Like, it looks so sick, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's so it reminds me.
wow, that's like going all in on like I'm either going to prison tonight or I'm making
Yeah,
it away.
right.
Jeez.
Well, it reminds
Yeah.
me of what did I say? Like a old school like Wild West, like the gangs.
Mm.
Oh,
You know,
Like a
there'd be all the
chopper gang
guys.
kind of thing.
Yeah, but all the
Okay.
guys on the horses, it's like this whatever gang.
Yeah.
And like nobody can find him because it's old school. And
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like, oh, that was Willie Silver or whatever. Like those guys. But it's like reminded me of like the modern version of that. It's all these like car guys and they're like unknown, like they don't have any identification,
Yeah,
stuff
yeah.
like that. It's
Yeah.
I don't know. It's kind of cool. So, anyways, I thought that cool video.
Yeah.
as like a
Yeah, if we're talking like cinematic wise, timed
Yeah.
the lights perfectly. That was dope. Disappeared, the flashlight thing, cool.
Yeah.
Also, don't do that.
yeah. Don't do that for
At
sure.
all.
We do
Yeah.
not
That's like
endorse
taking takeovers to a whole new worse level.
Yeah, we don't endorse street racing.
Keep it on the track.
Illegal activities.
And, like-
keep it on track. Don't be dumb.
and like legit keep it on the track, not like keep it on the track. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah, yeah.
like Mexico, like keep it on the track.
we may joke about that
Yeah,
quite a bit.
right.
We'll speed up every once in a while. Whatever. You see a friend or whatever. Another one
I
of
think we
us.
should just abandon this whole train.
yeah. It feels like we're saying like we don't endorse it.
Cut it out. Cut it out. Cut it out. End it. So I'm I showed this.
away from us.
Oh, that really got away from us.
Just like that Corvette.
Yeah. So I showed that to Dad, and I'm like, Dad, isn't that crazy? I was like, you must have like a light cut up. And he was kind of quiet the whole time watching it. He was just kind of like,
That always means two things with that.
yeah, I didn't know if he was like, this isn't cool that you're liking something illegal, or I did that too, and that's what. So it's just we're watching it, or whatever. I'm like, yeah, crazy, and he was like, yeah, he's just wired into the fuse more than likely, and just has a switch probably up close that you can switch off. I was like, yeah, that's a lot of technical knowledge to know about that. And he's like, did I never tell you that I'm like, tell me what? What do you mean tell me? He's like, I'm not proud of it, but yeah, I had that on my, I think it was on the Trans Am.
Yeah,
He's like,
yeah.
I had that on the Trans Am.
Had to have
Yeah.
been.
He's like, I only had to use it like 3 times.
Yeah.
I'm like, what do you mean you use it 3 times?
Well, he has a
something
story,
like that.
He has a story. He told me where he used it once, and he
Yeah.
like ripped away, and then he felt really bad, so he just pulled over and waited, and the guy cop never came by.
Never caught up.
But yeah, he felt bad or something. He's
That's a
just like,
flex.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
that's a flex.
He's like, he's like, yeah, it was this road, and it was like, it used to be country, and there were some residential neighborhoods, so I slowed the speed down, but that was like my drag strip. And I go test up there, and then there was a cop sitting right there at the entrance of the neighborhood, so I just downshifted, flipped the switch, and I was gone. It's like,
He is
All right.
the most quietly gangster person.
so, and especially those like, did I never say about? It's like,
Yeah.
what do you mean?
Yeah. The stuff that he says, like, oh, did I not
I think
share
we're
that with
past
you?
the statute of limitations on that, so it's probably cool to talk about.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think we're fine.
I think we talked about that when we had him on the first time. Of like,
Yeah.
how many of these can we talk? Like, that are,
Yeah,
we can't like
will-
retroactively.
Yeah.
We're joking, anyways. So,
That was all in Mexico, like we said we don't joke about. So
man,
it's fine.
we are just a
Firing on
talking
all
contradiction.
syllables. So anyway, you have a
anyways,
thing.
what else we got? Oh yeah, me. Okay, so
No, that is a crazy. He definitely brought the story up the same
Just
exact way
gonna
to me.
Come back into it.
Well, just-
you turn back.
Sorry, go.
We cannot get away from it, man. We keep saying we don't endorse. And
Should we shout out the guy in the video too? Because I found him. Unlike the cops, apparently. Yeah. So if anybody has an update, let us know where he's at. Tesla. Breaking news. So okay, I don't like this. Tesla's yoke steering wheel.
It's weird.
Have you guys ever
That's the weird, like,
have you driven a car that's a yoke steering wheel where
No.
it's like
No.
it's just the U? It's not. I don't know. I don't like it.
Yeah,
But
I've driven,
I'm kinda
I've
like
driven
a-
flat bottom, and that's even weird. 'Cause,
Yeah.
like you come up.
Mine's flat bottom. It's not that bad.
I don't know. Yours isn't
Weirdo.
like
Mine's just like
Super-
mine's
like when I
production
drove.
flat bottom, so it's not like
Yeah,
you
I
know?
drove like with a Momo wheel, and it had like it
Mhm.
went halfway, and then it had the whole flat bottom, and it was just I don't know. It feels like it interrupts your.
well, if
turn
you're doing
kind of
hand
thing.
over hand, like
Yeah.
Al taught us,
Yeah.
it's
like yeah, good old Al.
it's tough sometimes.
Yes.
But anyways, I usually drive. You know, I'm this guy
Of course you are.
most of the time until I'm this guy with paddles. I know what a third pedal podcast. I don't own a manual car. Anyways, I don't really like the yoke thing. It just feels weird. I know visually it works better because like you can see the dash and all that, and I guess that makes
Yeah.
sense when your car is all
Well,
screens. But
can I just say,
Yeah.
is it really that big of a deal? That's like, I can see the dash like this, or I can see the dash with a thing going like this.
yeah, see, mine
Is
is
it really that much of a
my Audi
difference?
cockpit is like the screen is curved anyways.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So it
It's
fits
designed
right
for
in
it.
there.
Yeah. So like,
Plenty
what,
of room.
who was like, man, don't you hate it when you're turning and you can't see the speed? Like,
The Tesla people are like,
Elon.
we know you're watching Netflix on here. We want you to see on screen even when you turn. So, anyways, yoke steering wheel. It's getting a little more popular. It's kind of like motorsports-esque sort of thing.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's like F1 inspired.
And it seems like, yeah, F1 inspired, and it's like
Yeah.
kind of a new thing. Apparently, it's not that new. So, in 1965, Mercury was testing out a yoke type of steering wheel. It was called the wrist twist steering wheel. So basically, changing it altogether. I'll pull up.
I don't know why. All I can think of when you say wrist twist, I just picture the worst, most gnarly car accident wrist breaks ever. Oh yeah, that would
that's
do
funny.
it.
I pictured,
Yeah.
like, it sounds like a jujitsu move.
Yeah.
And it looks like that's what the steering wheel will do to
Okay,
you.
what? How do you
Okay, so
use
here's
that?
how it works. So, this whole thing doesn't move. This,
You do
this is
just-
stationary. It goes up and down to like
Okay.
get in a good position for you. They had like armrests. So
Okay.
you'd literally be sitting like this, like you're sitting in a chair,
Okay,
and you would just twist your wrists to turn.
weird.
Which I imagine has got to
So is
feel
that-
so weird.
So it's
to
all like
turn a
geared
car
and
like
stuff
that.
in there, and then
Yeah,
are they
so
are they locked to each other?
Yes, they're locked to each other.
Oh,
Yeah. So basically, those
Are
things.
geared.
I imagine this was mechanical, right, at the time. So it was
Yeah.
geared to the center,
probably chains
which
or
just
something.
turns something. This just
Like a
turns,
sprocket.
and it was double assisted, so it was hydraulic, and then they had an extra, like, system that
Oh.
powered it too. So it was like
Okay.
extra power steering.
Okay.
Like, I know a lot of drift guys use like Prius electric steering assist
Gotcha.
stuff. So
Yeah.
I imagine it was something similar. What's so funny?
I don't know. Nothing's funny about that. I
You're
literally
gonna say something dumb.
no. Keep going. Keep going. I just thought about how funny and just doing it the first half of this podcast has been so far up to this point, and then now like we're like so anyway Mercury. So they had this.
Back to the real
Keep going.
stuff.
Just keep cruising. I'm sorry. It
You're
was one of
reminiscing
those like
on the last 15
don't
minutes.
laugh, and then I'm like yeah, like sweet
Yeah.
video
So,
in
it's
4K.
extra assisted. It looks kind of funny. It's funny. Okay, so this was like the 60s.
Yeah.
So their marketing for it was like a lot of stuff was back then. It was like super sexist. It was like their whole pitch was like it's so easy, even a woman could drive it. It's like, dude,
Whoa.
what is happening? So
That was their marketing campaign.
yeah, that was a lot of what it was geared towards.
Oh,
Like
that's funny.
everything I read about it was
Yeah.
everybody
So
mentioned how
weird.
sexist it was and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because they were trying to make it like they need it easy and comfortable. That's all they all talk to, and they
Yeah.
can't do anything. Yeah, so here's a commercial promo film, experimental wrist twist steering control. So here's a video. This is their advertisement, kind of proof of concept sort of thing.
Okay. So we can see how this thing works.
We're still gonna play that intro that I said. I'm like, this is how they talk.
100%.
So this- okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
Second
gonna-
proving grounds where some of the auto industry's most
the
tightly
music,
guarded
too.
secrets are developed.
How you doing, sir?
New
Are you just coming in?
engineering features are
Ah,
given
Billy.
strenuous
Ah,
and
Billy.
continuous
Wow.
testing.
Wow,
If
this
they
road sure
survive,
is slow.
They may be installed in market research cars and driven
How
by
do I?
typical
I know, right?
auto owners
Do it.
It's
to
crazy
sell
that cigarettes are.
efficient.
It's crazy that cigarettes are so healthy for
This
you.
Mercury Park Lane convertible is being used to test
I got
average
it.
driver attitudes to an experimental steering control system, which could replace the familiar steering wheel.
Could it?
Called the Wrist Twist Steering Control, it was developed for Mercury by ex-missile engineer Bob Rumpf, who is ready to send the car off with a driver who promises to be about as non-technical as they come. Getting in is easy enough. Elimination of the steering wheel means additional room that is mighty important. Although the appearance may seem startling at first, the Wrist Twist Steering Control takes very little practice to get used to. Two 5-inch rings turn simultaneously and are manipulated easily with one or both hands.
I don't understand the shape
A
of it.
comfort feature of the wrist twist system is the addition of armrests for both controls. Since only a light touch is necessary, the arms may rest solidly on the supports, just like in your favorite easy chair. Once on the road, other advantages are noticeable. The most obvious is improved visibility, both of the instrument panel and the road ahead. Most women will agree that parking is the most taxing part of driving, but not with the wrist twist. Still relaxed and comfortable, she literally dials her way into this tight spot.
Let's get through the whole
Good
thing.
parallel parking.
If it's-
The test trip is over, and she takes her last look at the wrist twist controls. Or is it? You never can tell what surprises automakers may have in store just around the corner.
Not where I thought this sentence is going to go.
So, anyways, times were different. And,
Okay, that's
oh,
weird.
can you,
So
I didn't stop the recording.
I think it stops
If it
automatically
stops,
if you do
okay.
that.
So yeah, obviously I think we.
Did we ever start recording?
Yep.
Video saved. Yes.
Okay.
So
So like, why does it have? I don't understand the shape of like it, and then it has the circle on it, but they never seem to use the circle for anything. They were just.
I
Like,
think
doing
you
this
can
thing.
like hold it with your thumbs in it then. But see, it was funny while they were showing driving it, and then they were doing like hand over.
Yeah.
But,
her
like,
one
with the
hand
one
was going
side,
all the
you
way
know?
around,
Yeah.
and the other hand was doing this.
Yeah, it was like you're doing this, like with it, but on like the
Yeah.
sides. That was
Yeah.
really weird.
Yeah, it was so like it's got to feel weird to.
Yeah.
This is so natural, and maybe
Yeah.
just because that's what we're all used to.
Yeah,
That's kind of what
probably.
it's like with a bike. That's kind of
Yeah.
like everything
Yeah.
that you ever do.
That's true.
That's just steering.
You know what
It's got to feel like an instinct though to do this with it.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
well, my first thought with it was like going fast into a corner with that would be brutal. Because the whole thing, like with the steering
You
wheel,
don't-
when you're going to a corner,
Oh,
you have
yeah.
something to kind of ground yourself. They kind of like pull
Yeah.
yourself
That's
in.
a really
If
good
you're doing
point.
this, you're just like,
Yeah,
It's just
Yeah.
Especially with
slowly-
no seatbelts on your bench
Well,
seat.
you'll also notice there's no room for any airbag. So like you
Oh.
have perfect clearance to make your face meet the speedometer.
It just 1-2 punches you in the lungs.
yeah, basically, it goes right. So I mean, this was
Gives
prior
you the
to
worst purple nurples of the century.
Yeah, I don't think there's seatbelts in here. I mean, this is prior to a lot of the safety stuff, but yeah, it's
That was their strategy. They're like, nah, you get in an accident, this will kill you.
yeah.
They're like, it's the
Humane with
fastest,
it.
most humane way to die.
And it's a convertible.
You're were saying off the purple nurples, I'm picturing you just like going back and forth.
I don't think we've laughed this hard.
Wow. Okay. Take a sip.
I think we just learned why this isn't a thing.
It was sexist for a whole other reason. All right. So obviously this didn't go into practice. Nobody's probably ever seen this. Like I hadn't seen it until recently. What I thought was interesting though was the designer of it. Not.
Why was his face so funny?
It looked like his jaw got hit by the Wow.
Where's the Google Drive? All right. Oh man. Wow.
Oh, it was a matter of time before this happened. Oh man.
All right.
Just keep going without me.
The engineer, the guy who created this thing, he was an aerospace engineer who worked on nuclear missile defense systems. So he took a big step down from that to be like, let's redesign steering. You know,
And
he's
what
like,
he came up with was the wrist twist.
I know. I'm like, first, you
Not
know,
joystick, my guy.
yeah, one hit wonder over here with the he's like designed our missile defense, and he's like, I can do anything. He's like, what if you turned like this?
Wow.
Yeah. So, anyways,
In 65, that's
kind of
crazy.
interesting. Yeah, they brought him in to work on experimental auto designs. I mean, you got to think in the 60s, they were trying so many different things because cars
Yeah.
were still so new. You didn't
Yeah,
have like
that's true.
your car has 4 wheels, engine roughly here.
Yeah.
You know, windshield,
Yeah,
side seats, steering wheel, all the stuff that's like
Yeah.
a car is a car is a car kind of now as far as the basics go.
Yeah.
And then everybody customizes it off of that. But anyways,
Yeah, they were
Kinda-
trying. They
kinda
were trying
interesting.
some really wild, weird stuff.
Yeah.
in the 60s.
yeah, you see a lot of the weird car stuff is like kind of that era.
Yeah, it's
It
like
makes sense.
because
Cars
you're
were
right.
that new.
Yeah,
you
it's
know?
like they had just developed like bigger engines.
It's like
stuff, and they
EVs
kinda
right
played
now.
with it.
They still have the same like most of the time 4 wheels and
Yeah.
sedan.
Yep.
Whatever,
Oh, yeah.
coupe or wagon
Yeah, yeah,
or
yeah.
whatever.
Yeah,
But then it's like
it's like you're not
engines
limited by
here,
stuff.
or they
so
have
why
these
don't you try
doors, or they
stuff?
have storage behind the seats here because
I
there's no
do-
drivetrain and like
Yeah, I do wish though that designers nowadays had the same like creativity as designers in the 60s. Because you used to see like Jeeps had like a function that you could get a coffee maker installed in the front seat.
oh
So
yeah,
you could literally have
Yeah.
a thing that would grind your beans and brew you a fresh cup of coffee next to your steering
Really?
wheel.
that's got to be
Yeah.
such a liability though.
Well, totally.
That's probably
I know,
why.
But I mean, like at least it's like creative.
yeah,
Another
yeah.
bad thing in
Well,
a
they
car
have, I
accident.
know a lot of.
Yeah.
Actually, I think your Volkswagen might have this. I know mine does. The glove box can be a cooler.
Yep. Yeah, the weird
There's
Volkswagen
a
feature.
AC vent
yeah.
Yeah.
opener in there. So there's
Yeah.
weird stuff like that. I know like minivans have fridges built into them
Yeah.
a lot of times.
Yeah. Or
And,
they have
like-
insulated compartments.
That one
underneath
makes
the
sense.
seats and
Yeah.
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
And they have like, I know
Yeah.
like Maybachs and stuff like that they have, or Maybach have like champagne coolers
Yeah.
and glasses and
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
different stuff like that.
The
But yeah.
Volkswagen one kind of seems like a hazard too. Can you imagine just driving here and it's like, oh, I'm thirsty.
Yeah. Let me
Like,
get a
trying to get it out.
brewski.
Yeah. Not a brewski.
It's like a Coors commercial. Coors Light. You can tell when it's cold. It's the blue can. Like, wait a minute.
Wow.
Wait, scratch that.
This episode is worth is full of great analogies and horrible advice.
Yeah.
Well, that's interesting, dude. That's super interesting to see.
So he
it
had like
function that way.
22 different patents for different weird stuff. This guy, Robert Rumpf.
Did any
so-
of his other stuff kind of catch on?
I don't know. I didn't really look into it.
Oh, poor guy.
But pretty interesting. So
Wow.
the Tesla yoke isn't anything necessarily new.
Okay.
I would say the Tesla yoke is more practical than something like that.
Yeah.
For sure.
100%.
100%.
And what are we going to have eventually? Are we even going to have steering wheels at some point? If we keep going this self-driving stuff, like
Mm.
it's just going to be like, because I think there was a concept for some Mercedes like that, right? Where you got
no
in
steering wheel.
basically to the back seat
No,
and
yeah.
in front of you was just like a theater.
Well, and then you saw the Lincoln, right? There was a Lincoln concept that has
Maybe
like
that's
a
what I'm
crystal,
thinking of.
and there's this big screen in
Yeah.
the center
You know what's-
console, and then you have your crystal car, and you put it in, and then you like drag it to the location you want it to go, and then it'll drive that, and it'll do it.
Does anyone else just
Yeah,
kind
they-
of see this going full circle back to trains?
What do you
We're
mean?
basically saying like, hey, don't drive
Oh.
a car anymore. Just get in and you'll end there.
Because it's like personal public
Kind of what a train
transportation.
does.
It's very
Right.
close though to like in the Jetsons, it was always like that. It was like take us to whatever. And they got in the car and there's like, do his thing, and go whatever. I don't know why that was.
Wasn't
just a
his car
higher
his
version of Patrick
suitcase?
Star.
Wasn't his car his suitcase? Didn't he have like a suitcase
Yeah,
that like
that was.
opened up
Was
to
that
the car or
right?
something, and then it like
Yeah.
back in?
If we can find a clip, we'll put it in here.
Yeah,
That'd be funny. Yeah, no, I get what you're saying though. Of like, it's kind of losing the whole. It's like, okay, wait. Then why are we even
Why do we
the
even? Yeah.
car? Why are we doing that part of it? But if you've got all these like,
There's a conspiracy theory I could go down. If we want to go that way,
they're turning the car.
Don't drink the water, cars.
Don't drink the gasoline. Like we talked about it a while ago with like all these autonomous cars, and like if they could. We've seen those animations where they show like perfectly meshing like intersections and stuff like that because they'd all be
Right.
communicating with each other. But I don't know.
I guess
It's
that's
weird.
what
I see what
though.
you're saying on that point. What
Yeah,
if they
why-
had pods essentially? So it wasn't like it was a car. It was an individual private vehicle, but it was the roadways were
IPV.
set up for them all to like on the
You
highway. They all
just
connect
hop in and hit
together
your destination.
and share power between them and are able to go.
Well, it's like slot cars.
turn
Like,
into
it
a
can
train,
power off
right?
of the road.
It's like as you get on the highway, the spot opens up and you link in, and they link together.
Oh, that's
and then
cool.
it's like an electric hyperrail,
Oh,
right?
and then you just like
Imagine-
and then pull off.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then you got a signal
Dude.
by a certain time, and the thing connects, and then it's like on an electric rail, but it's guided by GPS and whatever.
Yeah.
And like lets you off do your
Yep.
thing.
Yeah.
I could see that being.
There is zero
possibility.
amount of money you could ever pay me to help like program or set that up. The logistics behind that to not just
Dude, right?
because it's also like that would eliminate traffic jams entirely,
Yeah.
essentially.
until the big
Could you
one.
imagine?
Until you have a
smoking-
power outage.
Can you imagine
And
smoking a
everyone's
herd of deer with like 13 cars?
You wouldn't even know this.
First car being rough shape, but those back 3 cars, dude.
That's fine. You just need a
No
little wash,
scratches.
but-
Oh my
Yikes.
god.
You were talking about a BMW self-driving thing, weren't you?
Oh yeah. Okay. This could go pretty quick.
Segway.
Segway.
Segue. So Zach's over there. Yes. Okay. Self-driving
One thing, one
BMW.
thing.
We can keep this super quick.
Okay.
I should pull this up on my iPad.
Yeah.
Because it's a video. So this is bizarre. I don't even know. I'm gonna have to cut to get to this because I do have to go to Docs, don't I? Pull it up. If it's gonna make me sign in. Lord. Okay, you can't look at what I searched for then.
We can't look what you're searching for.
No. This is a mess of an episode.
Super looking forward to editing it.
Dude, that's the hardest we've ever laughed on here, though. Okay.
So that's a short
Okay.
in itself.
Yeah.
Just us crying.
We do
not endorse politics stuff on this show.
Where the frick is this going?
Old Spice.
We do not endorse Old
We're
Spice.
back. Okay.
Motorcycle that starts its engine on its own, recognizes turns,
What?
and accelerates. Yes, there is one now. And it also brakes to a full stop. At first sight, the self-riding motorbike seems to make no real sense. But the
Wait a minute.
BMW
That is the epitome of nope
So why?
for self-driving stuff.
Right?
There's zero chance
Some dude
I'm
just
going on a
like
self-driving bike.
Back on his bike. Just on his phone.
Just chilling.
Doing a thing.
Dude,
Isn't that
that
nuts?
is so
So there's,
sketch.
there's a whole
research
video about
team
this.
around Stefan Hans pursues a very specific goal with the vehicle. More than 2 years of research were done behind
Solid
closed
mic.
doors. Now
Right?
the secret
Clutch
can be
mic
revealed.
job.
I got a
On the
question.
Technology Day in the French Miramas, the first German independently driving motorcycle was presented now.
Y'all doing too much over there.
All right. They've been doing this for 2 years. I want to know the use case.
The
Who
what?
was like the use case? Like who was
Oh,
like,
why it's
hey,
needed?
we're gonna fund this for
Yeah,
you
yeah.
to make this motorcycle drive by itself for 2 years.
Yeah.
What's the why?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what is this used for?
Right. Like, what are we doing?
yeah, because also like
That is
a
two things on the
person's-
very opposite end to be together.
yeah, and
Of
also
like total freedom and control and total
No.
like non-reliance on whatever. Like total
Yeah,
non-control.
yeah, it's
Like
crazy.
to have them all in one.
Yeah.
Makes no sense.
Yeah, I saw it was the article title somewhere. I saw the link and it was like, watch this new BMW self-driving blah blah. And it said the motorcycle model number, but I don't know, like R1200 GS. I wasn't thinking motorcycle. So I was like, oh, I wonder
Yeah.
what BMW self-driving thing click. And then it was like, this bike can start itself. I'm like, wait.
Yeah.
Like why?
I just
Why?
yeah,
Unless this is RoboCop just patrolling the streets. Like who's getting on this thing?
Right.
yeah,
I don't get it.
It just feels like a I don't know. I can't picture a single, unless it's one of those things where like they're gonna eventually. Oh,
Unless it's gonna mesh into the train thing, and
He
then it's
found the
gonna.
why.
Oh,
Wait,
he found
maybe
it.
found
you
it.
solved it.
What it is?
Maybe it's like kind of goes back to the trains thing in a way. Maybe it's like
Trains,
this is gonna
planes,
be
and automobiles. Welcome to the Third Pedal Podcast.
no. Maybe this is like their solution to like if you lose your car in a parking space. Now it's like your bike will drive to you at the entrance to pick you up.
Oh,
That's pretty cool.
You know that could
Yeah.
be kind of nice.
That could be
the next
probably.
Ghost Rider movie is going to be pretty quiet. It's just the bike. That's the Ghost Rider. It's just the bike. It's like the Quiet Place movie. There's like no talking
sound.
the whole thing.
Yeah.
It's just the bike driving
Usually-
around town for 2 hours. Yeah. Was it electric or was it still gas bike?
No, it's
That's
just a
gas.
regular 1200. Yeah,
That's so interesting.
isn't that weird? But anyway, that was a really quick video.
Like,
that
hey,
I found,
Siri.
like, what the heck?
Hey Siri, run from the cops. No, I didn't mean it.
Wow. Calling the cops.
Yeah. Or like, hey Siri, go 200 miles an hour. Like, that's the self-driving.
That becomes the new thing. You pull up to a stop sign. You're like, "Hey Siri, shut off my motorcycle!" And it's like, "Oh, come on, man."
Yeah, that's the flip because that's the motorcycle thing, right? You flip it.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
But anyway,
Oh wow.
Ty, you've got something to share with us. I hear.
yeah.
Unless-
So
Ooh,
still
I like
on-
that. Okay, I'm not reading.
I read the URL and I'm excited.
Yeah, we didn't pull this up yet, right?
Oh, cool. Another. I don't think we did. Another. Yeah, it is. It's up. Car throttles, top right.
Found it.
Yay! Another
Whoa.
car brand we can't pronounce right. That's
Renault.
beautiful.
Renault?
Renault.
I'm
There's
sure it's
no.
not.
Is it like
no? There's no way.
Renault?
No
I
way.
think it's that.
Renault.
Renault.
Give me a little toupee
Renault?
and edit.
No, I don't.
Renault.
Thumbnail.
No, so I think
That
this
thing's
is
gorgeous.
yeah.
That's pretty sick.
It's really really cool for like 95% of it. There's only one
Oh,
thing
no.
that I'm like a little weird. Yeah,
Okay.
it's gonna mixed feelings, but
They're crushing it with these weird EV things.
The
yes.
headlights are
And
sick.
they're also doing a great job because at first I saw this and I was like, but this I can't because the sweet thing about the Renault 5 was that it basically looked exactly like the original one.
Right.
But it was just modernized. And I
That
was
was
like, this
the
doesn't look
cool,
anything
like,
like that.
techno-y
Yeah, the
colored
one that
up.
had
The
drift
gym,
car.
one,
Yeah,
the gym
yeah.
looking.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even think about this. They must have watched Electricana. They're just like, again. Why?
We
That's
can
my
do that.
French. I can't do a
Yeah,
French
that's
accent.
what I
Yeah.
said. Okay.
But this one actually looks somewhat similar, like the body style of it. I looked
Yeah.
up what the original Renault 5 looked or Renault 4 looked like, and it actually
Ooh.
has like the
Whoa,
same
those
body
wheels.
shape. Yeah, so this one's
What?
really cool.
Are
So
they
this is
suitcases?
actually when they're releasing this. Also super cool because this wasn't mentioned about the Renault. Wait, this is the 4. Renault 5 was the ones that we talked about before.
Yeah.
Forever. It says on the front.
That's what they're calling this. Because it's an EV, so it's the Renault 4 EV, and then they just made it ever. Renault Forever.
okay.
That's
Alright.
the part that I'm like, no.
Ah,
Yeah.
I
But,
see what you did
90%.
there.
I got it. I see
Yeah.
your 90%.
That's a
thing
solid
now.
10%.
It's like
for
it's
sure.
like
Yeah.
someone was in a meeting and they're like, "Oh, we could go Renault Forever, get it forever," and the CEO was like, "Write that down."
Yeah.
And then everyone else is like, he was kidding, wasn't he?
Yeah, but yeah. So this actually it is very similar to what the original Renault 5 looked like. Just it
Yeah.
kind of just looks like someone made like a concept
Four,
of
you
just a
mean?
very modern version. What's really
Four,
cool is the other ones didn't really have like an actual like estimated release date for when these are going to become fully available.
Okay.
But in this article, they actually specify that I believe Renault stated that these will actually be available just for purchase, these and the 4, in 2025.
For people to buy?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Who else would be buying them?
Why didn't I
Dogs.
What?
Hey, boss, just got another sale on one of those Renault 4s.
No, I thought they were
Has
going to
a
be
golden
like,
retriever, needed to start a family. Need some more space.
I thought it was going to be like a motorsport. Like this is just going to be like for the, I don't know, like that, like an off-road race event or something like that. I
Yeah.
didn't think this was actually be like a consumer thing.
Oh, that's it. Okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is the this is
Oh,
their
Is this
yeah.
like an
cool too.
edition of it?
Yes.
Okay.
So this is their this one is for the 25th anniversary of the Renault 4 Trophy Rally,
Okay.
which was their original one.
Okay.
So it's kitted out where it's lifted. It's got beefier tires. It's got the
Mhm.
the tire included on the top. Plus, I think just like the accents around, like this
Yeah.
little back rack back here and all
Kind of
that.
looks like a Mini Cooper. Just
Yes,
jacked
it
up.
looks
It
like a
does
Mini
there right
Cooper,
now.
the Mini Cooper SUV, you
Yes.
know, the
Yeah,
Mini
yeah.
5 or whatever it's
Yeah, yeah.
called,
Yeah.
lifted, and then but they like put the body on top of a truck because they had to
Yes.
fit the whole
Uh-huh.
slate of batteries.
Yes.
I think one thing that they do that is cooler than any car I've seen is incorporating the logo and making it like this 3D kind of like crystal
Yeah.
effect.
Yeah, that is kind of.
Is it only on
if
this
you're
angle?
head on?
Oh,
Just looks like
Oh,
that.
so they actually did it like a 3D thing.
Yeah, but then if you're from the
Oh.
side, it's actually like a pushed out thing
whoa.
that's got like light bars going out to
That's
it.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So I think
That is
lighting and
pretty
everything looks awesome.
I kind of hate the headlights. They look like Academy Awards.
Yes. Thank you. I was trying to figure out what they look like.
Like best motion picture.
Yeah.
That's funny. I
Forever.
never thought about that.
Yeah. It is
Yeah.
interesting. It has like rock lights built in. Can you zoom in on those wheels?
Yeah,
I don't
cannot
understand what in the world I'm
see
looking
those.
at. Just
I don't know how to zoom.
here.
That looks like a
They're-
piston.
Yeah. Do you think they've got like little compressors or something
That's what it looks like, kind of.
Oh, maybe.
so they can like
I wonder
increase
if it's
the-
like. I wonder if that's a way
You
to
know
like
what's-
deflate
Is it
and inflate the
suspension
wheels.
built in?
You know what's kind of funny? I've
What?
noticed. Okay, so do you want to get up and zoom back out?
Just double tap the mouse.
That's fine. We don't need to be that.
Oh!
Wow. Okay, go back to the front view. Okay. It's just everything is so techno and sharp and like digital.
Mhm.
You just can't get away from tires looking exactly the same, can you? Right?
Tires be tires, you know?
Yeah, it's just funny. Like there isn't a new like you'd think by this time. Obviously, there's new compounds
Right.
and new wear
Right.
Yeah.
technique and new patterns to wear differently and
Right.
all that jazz. But like still rubber just wrapped around a piece of metal.
You got,
Like
you
it has been
You got
since the very
the
start.
Firestone guy in
you
the
know?
back. He's like, dirt be dirt.
Dirt be dirt. I guess the roads haven't changed technically. It's just funny because like this just looks like someone slapped like some
It is weird to
off
see.
roads on
Yeah,
this
and,
rather
like-
than like even and maybe companies are catching on to this somewhat like tire companies because you notice like the Toyo R888s.
Yeah.
Those have a very modern swoosh. I know it's 4 traction and stuff.
Yeah.
I know it's not just about the aesthetic. I know that, but
But they do look great.
they do look awesome. So I could see that for EV stuff having like
Yeah.
very square, like
Well, it's
like 8-bit sort of
yeah, like a
tire
pixel
tread.
tire kind of thing.
Yeah.
It is weird that they didn't put like big mud terrains on this. Like it does have kind of that was the first
Yeah.
thing that struck me about this picture is it kind of just looks like a regular all terrain, like a Falcon Wild Peak or something like that,
Mhm.
where it's like a
Mhm.
good all terrain tire, but it doesn't look like it's as aggressive as the rest of the car.
Right. Well, it's probably got to be. I mean, this is where are these French?
Yeah,
Yes.
Renault's
I'm
French.
assuming that has most to do with their what do we call it here? It's not TSA. That's the airport. The like road safety. What's that called?
like the DMV, Department of Motor
No,
Vehicles,
Not that.
DOT, Department of Transportation.
Yes, thank you.
DOT.
They're dot. As like
Department
what
of Transportation.
tires what tires are street legal?
Yeah.
Because like a lot of those mud tires, even here,
Yeah.
like some of them, a lot of them are not street. You're not supposed to drive them on the street.
Well,
But like
fine.
they're primarily for off road.
Paddles aren't great, but
Right, stuff like that. So
Yeah.
but everywhere else,
Yeah.
it's way stricter on that type
Yeah.
of stuff. So I can
mean, it's
imagine that this is like the aggressive tire
Yeah.
that you
Well,
can have on a regular.
yeah, and if you
thing.
think about it, maybe the weight of an EV car kind of changes the requirements of a tire because maybe
True.
maybe
Oh,
they're
yeah.
more effective on a simpler tire like that, which would get you
Yep.
better mileage on the street too.
Yeah, well, the
I mean, it could
weight
be
of
multi.
that contact patch, like the weight versus the size,
Yes.
Mhm.
is so different than a big trophy truck or whatever.
Yep.
So it can put, if they air them down, maybe those are
That's
compressors
true.
in the wheels. They air them down a tiny bit. It's pushing so much harder on those.
Yeah.
They got a nice large contact
Yeah.
patch. They maybe don't need as
You know,
much.
something else I noticed
Hmm.
too that I've actually noticed on all the EVs we've looked at is I don't know how I feel about this yet, but all of them just don't have mirrors anymore.
Yeah,
all
I
of
noticed
them
that here.
just have cameras.
Yeah.
The Cadillac did, the DeLorean
Cadillac
did
too.
The
I didn't
Cadillac
notice that.
only had that. The DeLorean
Oh,
had that. This thing has that. Wasn't there another EV we looked at?
it's
Mm,
I'm not.
Does
Oh
it?
no, the Nissan. But I don't think the Nissan did.
no, Nissan had regular mirrors.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
Nissan
I don't
didn't
know.
It's
get
one
rid
of those
their
things
mirrors?
I'm like, I like it, and at the same time I kind of
It's probably going to be
don't.
one of those things that grows on you because it's so the mirrors are like the ears of the car. If you look at it
Yeah.
from the front and it's like the face, and it just seems like it's like shaved.
Yeah.
It seems weird
Yeah.
if there
It's
aren't
like it's
the
missing
ear. It looks like an
something.
alien or something.
Yeah.
like there's something missing. Because I
Comes
even
off.
noticed that with the I love the old Datsuns,
Yeah.
40s and stuff, and they do the fender mirrors.
Yeah.
They put them up higher.
Yeah.
and it looks good for sure,
Yeah.
but it kind of looks a little bit funky
Yeah.
in that door, mirror, windshield
Yeah.
area.
yeah, like
yeah,
right,
seems
right on
like
the A
something's
pillar.
missing.
It seems like there's
Yeah.
something wrong there.
Yeah,
Yep.
I'm sure that'll be like a developing style, like kind of
Sure.
get used to how things look
Sure.
over time,
Yeah,
that's
changes
sure.
and all that. But yeah,
That
it's kind of
thing's
like how we got
interesting,
used to everything being like crazy body kitted.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like if you look at a base model like Toyota Corolla,
Yeah.
it's got like a sick body kit on it.
Right.
At all times.
It comes
Like,
with
cars
what
didn't
somebody
used to
would
be
add
like
as a
that.
wide body.
Mm-hmm.
That was an aggressive vibrate from your phone.
It's my watch.
Oh, jeez.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's like,
But yeah, and it's also like, I don't know. I feel like the marketing, like I think the gray looks awesome.
Yeah.
The map of that looks cool. The
Mhm.
pink accents, like I think would look cool. It's just once you add the forever,
That's a little
this
weird.
makes it feel.
is it pink or purple?
It's the same color.
I don't think that's.
That's going
for
to
sure
start
more
a new
purple.
debate. It's magenta.
Yeah, but I don't know. Like it looks good, but I think once you throw like the forever, it just
Yeah.
feels like you shouldn't take it serious.
Yeah, that's kind of a miss, but it
What's
is.
that on the back on the windshield?
I don't know.
Those are traction bars.
Oh.
So those are, you pull them
Why-
off and they're like a grippy thing. So you put them under your tire in case you get
But-
stuck.
You can't see out the back then.
You got cameras for that.
Oh.
Because we don't look behind because we're going forward forever.
Oh. You were at that marketing meeting too, huh?
Eurobeat intensifies.
Jake-
Or
Jake's
French
over here
beat
like-
intensifies.
That was my idea.
Yeah, guys, isn't this pretty sick? No, that's an interesting. I don't know. It's cool. It's cool to see, like, kind of in the wings of the Nissan that we looked at, the Woody Nissan that was kind of
Mhm.
horribly designed, but in kind of the same way, like they're trying to get like not somebody to just go drive on roads, but like create an overland capable
Yeah.
SUV that like
Mhm.
comes with the roof rack. I don't know what's underneath it unless that's just the roof rack holding the tire up there.
I
But then
think
like
that
the
is.
traction bars in the back, room for other stuff. Like I'm sure they're gonna have some camping rig accessory or a ceiling tent with solar panels or something that you
Yeah.
can get with this. Like it's got the handles up front, which is kind of goofy to me. But like so you can step from like onto the wheel and pull yourself up to like get up there to access probably like a high lift jack or something that would be sitting on the hood. Like it's very like Jeepy but electric and it's kind of cool.
It's also kinda
it's a neat
interesting.
move.
I think these have suicide doors because there's no handle on the back door. So I bet these open like a truck does, where you have to open the front door and then you have to
Yeah.
open the back one.
Oh, maybe. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's cool.
Yeah.
That thing's kind of neat, man.
Yeah.
Cool.
Cool. All right.
Thanks for
Way to
sharing,
go,
man.
Renault.
Mhm.
Well, on this note, because that car has one of the key marks of something I wanted to talk to you guys about is
Oh boy.
so the time of year starts getting chilly. If you live in the northern half of the country, if you don't, sorry. Starts getting chilly. And a lot of people, like we've all been through this where you have your project car and you drive it a couple winters, a couple seasons, and then you're like, I really want to, or if you just, I mean, in the South too, if you just want another car to daily while you focus and go a little bit more in depth, pull the engine, do body work, whatever on your project car, you need to purchase something as like a plan B. So up north, we call these winter beaters. We'll get something usually with all wheel drive, something you can hoon around a little bit.
I didn't
in
even think
snow.
about that. That's not like a
Yeah.
nationwide
Right?
thing.
But I think nationwide is the whole like, you know, you'll go buy, you won't need all wheel drive, but you'd go buy like a Camry or something so you can
Mhm.
focus on rebuilding whatever
Oh
you're
yeah, the
working on.
daily beater or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Makes
I just
sense.
wanted to talk about, we haven't talked about something like this in a long time. And we've got a lot of new people with us now. Just maybe like open discussion, some advice as far as like you're buying something. This isn't going to be like the car or the cool car. You're just getting something as like a daily, something
Mhm.
like that. Maybe something that's a little bit fun.
Yeah.
But any like tips as far as like prepping a car for winter in our case, stuff like that.
Yep.
But then in general too, like you're purchasing this new car, you're not going to go crazy with money because you're trying to prioritize your money towards your project car.
Mhm.
So what are some things that you guys would recommend as far as like starting points as like getting that car set off to the best start that it can so that it's going to be reliable moving forward?
Right.
So
yeah.
like I can start as like one thing, like when we got our Audi, something I do with every car that we get is like the basic fluid filter change thing. Doesn't matter when the previous owner said they changed stuff, but like always
Yeah.
starting from like you get the car, do oil, do your air filter, your
Mhm.
engine air filter, your cabin air filter, and then just do a check of like the brake fluid, the coolant, everything like that, like the once over and all that. Like I always do that as a starting point because then I know when my intervals all started, I can watch it. I can see the
Right.
condition of the oil filter, see the condition of everything. So I know from the start.
Mhm.
And then move forward with that. But I don't know, like what other things would you guys say kind of in both tinges? One could be modifying a car you already have, but then if you're purchasing a new car that's new to you, like things that you guys have done. To
I'll always
the experience.
So the whole like electrical system is huge.
oh
Because like one of the worries of with us anyways being caught in a huge winter storm, or say you like every year, every time there's snow or ice, everybody is like they've never driven on snow or ice. So there's tons of sad. I mean, there's tons of crashes all the time.
People in the ditch all over.
And
Mhm.
on, we have a few long highway strips like most places that don't have a whole lot of exits. There's
Mhm.
always like huge backups at least a couple times a year.
Yeah.
Where there's like just a chain of everybody crashing into each other, and then everyone's stuck there for quite a while.
Yeah.
While they get all the tow trucks, everybody out. So electrical system is huge.
Yeah,
like
good
you're a good new battery.
Yep.
With good cold crank amps.
Mhm.
You'll want to look up, for your car. There's forums and stuff like what's recommended. I think
Yeah.
it's pretty different for every car.
Yeah.
But checking that you have enough cold crank amps. So basically, when the car's been sitting for a little while, the battery's cold.
Yep.
It still has enough power to crank it up and turn on the car.
Right.
That's a huge thing.
That is huge.
Making sure the alternator, and some of this stuff is a little bit more complicated to check. You want
Yeah.
to see what kind of voltage your alternator's putting out, what voltage your battery reads when it's not running versus when it's running for a little
Mhm.
while, that type of stuff.
Yeah.
And then the heating system, so like air filter.
Yeah.
Like heater core. It's a little tough to check that.
Yeah.
But like if you're looking at the car while you're going to buy it, I mean, it wouldn't be crazy to bring a
Voltmeter.
why do I want to say voltometer? Is that how they say on them? That's what I always said in my head. Just found out I've been saying that wrong. To bring one of those, test the battery,
Yeah.
with it off, test it started, watch if it
Yeah.
changes for a little while, test the alternator, whatever.
Well, and
That
even
type of stuff is
something to check
good.
too. Like if you're purchasing a car, if you're looking for one, you can
Mhm.
the date is always on a sticker on the battery. So just to see
Yeah.
when that's been replaced last.
Yeah.
Because that is a good point. Like as it's colder, batteries perform worse in cold weather anyway. But like if the oil's more viscous because it's cold, it's going to be harder for it to crank based on that
Yep.
too. So that
Good-
does make
good
it a
word,
little
by
bit
the
more
way.
difficult. What?
Good word, by the way.
Oh yeah, so I
Viscous.
get that in there. Get that viscosity.
Toss it in there. So it's electrical heating systems. I would say one of the biggest things
Mhm.
because God forbid you're in a crash or 'cause if
Yes.
you're in a crash and it's bad enough that your car isn't working at all.
Right.
That's one thing.
Right.
Mhm.
But if you're just in a holdup or a storm
Right.
where you're like, oh, I can't move for a little while, you get snow, you just slide into the ditch and you can't get out. You got to wait for a tow truck.
Right.
At least your car can keep running on its own power.
Right.
Keep you warm.
Right.
At least, like the big stuff.
Right.
So,
Yeah, I think I did the exact opposite of everything you just said. For my
Great.
first car.
I think we all did at some point.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's how the only way you learn any lessons and stuff is by not doing something and
yeah,
regretting it or you die. So
yeah. I think a big thing I would say, especially for winter driving, is don't cheap out on tires and brakes even too,
yeah.
because both of those, like I've always gone cheap tires for all my cars,
Mhm.
and just this last year is when I was like, I'm gonna buy some like actual winter tires
Mhm.
Yeah.
and see the difference. And
Changes
Holy crap,
everything.
is it a
Everything.
difference?
Yeah.
everything. Yeah. It's like you can actually drive the car.
Yeah.
I never realized how much I had to like.
Yeah.
I got
never
really
bought
good at
into the
driving
hype
on
either.
crap
Yeah.
tires, but it's not a good idea.
Right.
Yeah.
It's more fun.
At some
sometimes.
point, not stopping is not stopping, no matter how
Right.
good you are.
Yeah, 100%.
Right.
You
Yeah.
can only slide so far. So it's
Yeah, I remember in my first car, it was my E30. It's rear wheel drive, 5-speed, no heat, the cheapest all seasons I could possibly find.
Yep.
And
Walmart specials.
yeah. No, that car was like, no matter, there was just genuinely no heat, no matter what.
Mhm.
So like I could sit and lead it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Timestamp. All right, there we go. We'll take that one out.
But like I'd get out of work and I would try to let it warm up. I'd sit in work's parking lot for like 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Really?
Just be blowing ice cold air. So then I got to the point where I would just bring 2 winter jackets, a scarf, gloves, everything.
Yeah.
Just so I could like just get to work as fast as I could and get back. And then even then, like every time I drive to work, I'd be like, please don't spin out. Because it was every intersection I would just have to like literally, I would leave like in second going like 5
Yeah.
Mhm.
around intersections. Because I'm like, if I
Yeah.
go any faster, I'm just going to,
Yeah, it'll spin right up. That car's so light too.
Yeah.
yeah.
yeah. It was a blast.
Well, and that's
But-
like another
When
thing.
you wanted it to be,
yeah.
you can spin out easy if you want.
Yeah.
but-
Yeah.
Like if you have a car, so like we all had rear wheel drive cars
Mhm.
at one point in winter,
Mhm.
which is so much more fun, but also worse. But like if that's something, if you're in that situation, you just have a rear wheel drive car. Maybe you have maybe the beater or something that you can get's like a E36, like a
Mhm.
cheaper E36, something like that.
Mhm.
Ballasting the back, like putting sandbags in the back, you can go to Menards and get them for like $10 for a
Yeah.
whole
Makes
thing
a
of sand.
huge difference.
Yeah, throw
Yeah.
weight over whatever wheels are providing the driving momentum for it. Because especially like in a rear wheel drive car, you have so much weight over the engine in the front, and then you've just got these wheels with no weight in the back,
Right.
just spinning free. If you can put some weight over those wheels, that can help a lot for
Mhm.
sure. Help you gain
Yep.
some traction back.
Mhm.
Tires, I think that's a good point.
That's
'Cause
a huge point.
I remember I had for my Audi A4.
Yeah.
I could only get 2 winners,
Oh, that's right.
and then I had like pretty bald all seasons.
Yeah.
For the other 2.
Yeah.
So I would mess around with like, all right, I'm gonna put the 2 winners on the front and then the slicks essentially in the back, or like the other way around. So I think correct me if I'm wrong. The right way to do this
Mhm.
is to put the you want the winters in the back, right?
No.
No,
I
you
would
want
for
them
sure
in
at the
front?
front.
I
Because
think
you
you
would
want
rather
them
have that car, I think, pull you to places
Yeah, you'd rather be
versus
pulled in the
because you're
right
gonna because
direction.
if you have them in the back, you're literally gonna
I
be
guess
pushed with
so.
no steering.
Yeah, I guess it's an over versus understeer argument.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I remember they were in the back, and that like traction wise, I barely ever spun out.
Oh,
It was
interesting.
fine.
Yeah.
And then because that was all wheel drive, so maybe that's different. It's
Yeah.
definitely different for all wheel
Yeah.
versus front wheel versus
Yeah.
rear wheel.
Well, it's kind of.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's up to the driver too. Like if you got
For sure.
used to it like that, then
Well, I will say, don't put them on the front if you got like slickies in the back for an all-wheel drive, especially.
that's basically
too.
like a daily version of putting McDonald's trays under your back wheels.
Yes, exactly. Or like you see the guys who will deflate like the golf cart wheels
Oh,
and
yeah.
put the PVC over them
Yes.
and then reinflate them, and then you can just drift. You just have
Yeah.
Oh.
sliders
Yeah.
like that
Yeah.
on the back.
Yeah.
So I remember I did that on purpose to drift,
Yeah.
and then it was just like it was probably like the BMW. You could just
You just
spin around
couldn't-
whenever you felt like it.
Yeah.
because you could push the back out like nothing. I could
Yes.
probably shift in my seat and
Yes.
slide the back
Yes.
out all over the place. So yeah, tires are huge.
Yeah.
Tires, fluids, battery. It's probably like the three
Yep.
things if you're looking at something.
then you're aware of everything with your car, and then like the
Yeah.
stuff you should like always bring with too, like a toolkit to like change your tire. Like if you do get a flat, you need something
Mhm.
to change your tire. You should have like warm clothes and everything like that in there too if you're prepping
Yeah.
your car for winter. But I mean, it's kind of like keeping in mind because you don't want this to be like a money pit because it's so easy. All done this too. You like get the car; it's supposed to be the side winter car or whatever, and then you're like, well, I could just do
Make it
this.
cool.
Do it. I
Yeah.
get it. And then it's that joke of like, well, now it's my new project.
you need
and
a
I
daily
another-
for the daily for
yes,
the daily.
exactly. But doing a little bit up front can ensure that like you're gonna be safe while you're driving this thing. It's reliable. You can trust it while you're working on your other car. So it doesn't have it's like body can kind of be secondary, like rust stuff like that. It's kind of fine because it's gonna get rusty in the snow anyway.
Yeah.
As long as it's not like frame or structural, but it's like that kind of stuff's all secondary. So if you're looking for a car, just
Like
make sure
the
like
Ford. Was that the
Ford.
beginning of this episode? Or was that last
Uh,
episode? Or is like customer states
Oh.
clunking?
beginning of this episode, yeah, and the make it or break
Yeah.
it earlier.
As long as it's not like that,
Yes.
you're probably okay.
Yeah, yeah. So put on a lift and push the front. No, just kidding. But yeah, just some basic stuff to check. But what recommendations do you guys have? Like, leave it in the comments. Like, whatever
Mhm.
you guys are looking for in getting your winter car or your daily while you're working on a project car kind of set up for use. What are the things that you look out for? And what are the things that would dictate which car you get, which car you don't, and
Mhm.
how you go about doing that daily?
I've been thinking about that lately. Like, should I get like a beater for winter?
I
And,
know
like,
where you're
take
going
my
with
car
that.
through the salt
Yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah.
But it's
Well,
so
you're at
fun.
that point now because like I've got the WRX to drive like
Mhm.
for winter stuff. I mean, we've got the Jeep and stuff too, but like it is that like I'm curious. Are you thinking about getting something beater wise? Are you thinking about getting like a truck, something like that? Like, do you
Yeah,
have
I
any
don't know. I
thoughts
go
towards
all over
it?
the place. I still
Yeah.
consider one of those little Mavericks,
Yeah,
like a little
yeah. We were
like
talking about
work
those in the
truck
winter too.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
Just like haul. I don't really haul that much stuff around though.
Yeah.
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 I don't know. Maybe I just want another car. That's the debate you're having. Like, do I really
Yeah.
need a winter?
Well-
Both our cars are all-wheel drive. I have extra winter sets for each of the cars.
Right.
Like they're perfectly set up.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
and that's kind of like a fun little lie. I feel like that car people tell themselves is like when I needed a winter
We're
beater.
calling you out.
Yeah.
You and us.
Like, because like when I had the 944 and then I need a winter car and I
Yeah.
had a BMW for like 30 days and it was horrible.
Mhm.
So I got rid of it. But then that's when I got my S6. So I was like, oh, I guess
Yeah.
I'm really sacrificing to drive this 300 horsepower
Yeah, your winter
S6.
beater ends up being the nice car.
Yeah, totally. So like I did that and then you got like an E46 in addition to your E30.
Yep.
Right? Those were at the same time.
Yeah.
And then you got your Audi A4 when you had
Yep.
your Datsun. So
Yep. And the
So-
Jeep. I had the Datsun, the Jeep, and the Audi at that time.
Oh,
At the
that's kinda
same
sad
time?
because
Yeah.
You had all
all of
three?
those.
Really?
Mhm.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and then I think I sold the Jeep shortly after
Yeah.
I got the Audi.
Yeah. Interesting. I didn't know you had all three at the same time.
I might be remembering wrong. It's
I think you
possible.
are. I
think I
think
might have
mom would have let
sold-
you have all three in the driveway at once.
Yeah, I think I might have sold the Jeep first
Yeah.
and then bought the
Hmm.
Audi. Whatever. I had the Audi and the Datsun at the same time for a while though.
Mm-hmm.
Audi
while.
and the Datsun. Yeah.
It's kind of sad to think about that, but yeah, all of our secondaries that were supposed to be just like our like daily thingies kind of overtook the actual projects we were
Yep.
working on. Because yeah, it happened for all of us. Like I had my E30 that was
to
like
the best of us.
yeah. My E30 was the one where I was like, I'd never want to sell this car. I want to keep this thing and restore it completely. Then I bought the E46 and I was like, this just makes like I can
This is way
drive
better.
it in the winter
Yeah.
and not freeze.
Yeah.
And then
I'm
like,
never selling it. Nothing's ever going to happen. Gets another car. I mean, it's just a car. you know?
Yeah.
There's always another car. I mean,
But anyway, thank you guys for joining us this week. Unless you have anything else that you want to add to it. Anything else, guys?
no,
good.
I think
No?
that's it.
All right. Thank you guys
we've
for joining
handled
us.
all the tangents.
Yeah, we've
possible
handled-
this time.
This was we got them all out of our system. Next one, we're going to be
Right on top.
Laser
the truth.
focused.
laser focused. But anyway, thank you guys for joining
We'll see.
us. Have a good week.
Yeah.
Peace.